Hello everyone, hello YouTube. Breath Mama blog. Vlog is live. So I've been messing around, toying with the idea of doing a vlog for a little while. And let me just be clear at the outset, I don't entirely understand what creating a vlog entails, which actually makes it a lot better for me because it means that I can just make it up and do what the hell I want. Notice this is a cue, permission given to you in your life to, if you decide to do something, you don't necessarily have to have all the ins and outs and details or to conform to what someone else says it is. Just make it up, make it represent you and be all about you. So yeah, wanting to do vlogging as an aspect of the stuff that I share on the channel, so here we are. And I guess today seemed like the perfect day to do it. I am absolutely broken tired. I've had very minuscule amounts of sleep over the last 2 days. Yesterday was the new moon in Taurus at like 7:59 p.m. in the UK, and it absolutely shattered me. Actually, me and my youngest Nyla were both in the strangest of moods last night or yesterday. I had like demons or gremlins in me. I was feeling petulant, I was feeling irritated and annoyed, and I didn't really know why. I was feeling really tired, things were feeling kind of heavy, and I was just not feeling right despite doing all the things that I normally do to help me feel centered. So it was just like this deep level of irritation. And actually in the evening after dinner, Nyla and I were both kind of speaking about it. She expressed it rather well, as she didn't know what she wanted to do. She felt like she wanted to go outside but not go for a walk. She just wanted to go and sit or lie down outside or do something or not do something. She wanted to watch TV or not watch TV, read a book or not. It was just that kind of really petulant, annoying, don't know what's going on mood, and just feeling highly irritated. But today that has gratefully, gladly lifted somewhat. So despite the fact that I'm super tired because I was woken up at 2 a.m. I say woken up. So I just want to ask you, do you have this moon type situation where you feel the energies of the moon and they affect you? It's something that I'm kind of obsessed with. So I should get a tripod and just, instead of just holding this like this, but anyway, I'm kind of obsessed with noticing how the moon affects my energies and the energies of the people around me. And it was like a thing, like my girls, when I used to talk about it, or like the celestial happenings, they were kind of like, are you okay, mum? Do you need to talk to someone? But more and more, they are asking me when things feel a little bit off for them and they can't really explain it, is it something to do with the planets or the moon? Anyway, so do you have that connection with the moon? Do you notice when things are going on for you? So what was I saying? So that was going on. Oh yeah, so and it can often show up in you waking up or finding it difficult to sleep around moon days. So the moon days are every 14 days because the cycle of the movement of the moon is 28 days from new, which we had yesterday, or sometimes called the dark moon, where you technically can't see the moon because it's obscured, so it's in shadow, versus full moon, when the sun is behind the moon, so it fully illuminates the moon. So there's 14 days between the full and the new moon, and then a 28-day cycle between each new moon and each full moon. Anyway, so you might notice certain particular times within that 28-day and 14-day cycle that you find it challenging to sleep because the moon energies are messing with ya. And I was definitely feeling that yesterday. So during the day, in the evening, and then I got woken up by the moon energies at 2 o'clock, and I was just bing wide awake. And I had a little breathe. I did some self-reiki, but it was just not the time to go back to sleep. So I did some reading, did some bits and bobs. And then I started to feel drowsy right about the time that I needed to be awake to host the breakfast club at 6:30. So that's just sod's law. So now it's like, what's the time now? 9:45. I am absolutely shattered. My eyes are burning. You know that thing when you get like really tired eyes and then they just start burning and like they want to be shut or something. But I have a few things I need to do, so I can't honour the need to close my eyes just yet. So yeah, just throwing that out there about, do you know about that moon stuff? Do you experience it? And also, I guess kind of an update, because I really had some things I was excited to talk about, to be consistent with this channel. And then I was kind of trying to figure it out, find my way, because, you know, I don't really know about this like technology, how to edit videos properly and stuff, as I'm sure it shows, but I am trying to feel my way through it. And then at the beginning of the year, life just kind of took a turn that was unforeseen for me, in relation to my beautiful, perfect daddy. And I'll talk about that as and when the time's right. But the long and short of it was that he passed away on Valentine's Day this year. And that completely brought my world tumbling down around me. If you have lost a parent, I'm sure that you can understand what I'm saying, but it's such a devastating, emotionally turbulent experience to go through. And I think, you know, grief is very challenging in its own aspect, but particularly when it comes to losing a parent, the proportion of the emotion, like the proportion is not, that's not the right word, but well, a word will come to me, but the scale of loss that you feel is unparalleled. It's like nothing emotionally I have ever experienced in my life to this point. So that kind of halted everything for me. Life kind of came to a standstill because I needed to be with that grief, be with the process, and we weren't able to have his funeral for 2 months and 2 days after he passed, because, in the words of the undertaker, they were busy, which I'm sure you can imagine because of everything that's going on right now, or has been going on for the last 18 months or so, nearly 18 months. So yeah, it was a very challenging time, but the upside of it, because there's always an upside, was there was a lot of space for reflection, a lot of space for reevaluation, and a lot of space for working towards clarity, which is an evolving process. I don't think we ever fully just arrive at clarity. It has to keep being refined according to how we're doing things and understanding life and moving forward. So I'm rambling. That means for me, though, however, that one of the things I wanted to do was to get vlogging, to get talking about my day-to-day experience. And it's really not that interesting at all. It's not about it's not about like, wow, I lead this amazingly interesting life and like, yeah, come vlog come on my vlog with me and see all these like really cool adventures I get up to. No, not coming from that place at all. It's probably going to be a lot of me just talking at you like this, but it's more about a space for reflection as it comes up in day-to-day life, because there's like loads of little things that I get confirmed or not confirmed, you know, like when you have a conceptual idea about something, and then life confirms it for you. Life reflects it back to you and says, yeah, no, you're on the right track about that. Or perhaps maybe you've been looking at it from the wrong perspective. There could be another way to look at it that would serve you better, that kind of thing. And it's great to share those ponderings, in my humble opinion. I feel like I spend a lot of time in my work and with friends who maybe we speak about things, they ask for, I wouldn't say advice, but maybe my perspective on things. And it, as far as I know, it's quite helpful. It has been helpful to have these kinds of conversations. So in my mind, I believe it would be kind of helpful for me to share these conversations. And I'm sorry about the shake. I'm trying to find a new balance. It'd be kind of helpful to maybe share these conversations, and you may get something out of the ramblings, the inner ramblings and workings of my mind may just work for you too. So that's where I'm coming from with it. And then they're all also evolve from that, specific points of conversation, specific ideas I may wish to embellish on in separate videos. So that's where my head is at with vlogging, having a chit chat basically, and me imagining what you might be saying, or me imagining that this could be helpful for you, as well as uploading some other stuff. So one of the conversations that I've had this week already, which is what I'll put to you right now, with a beautiful, beautiful lady, she knows who she is, who is going through a rather challenging time in her life at the moment. Challenging because she has a lot on her plate. She's trying to juggle home life, family life, extended responsibilities of not just her children and partner, but also dealing with parents as well. And she is embarking on a shift in her personal life, as in her own life, not to do with any of the other people that are in her life. And she is trying to find a good balance to help her work this space in an authentic and less stressed way. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this into the vlog is because this is part of where my work is evolving too. So when I started the Breakfast Club, so I do something called the Breakfast Club on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday morning, 6:30 a.m. And it's for an hour, and it's a place where we get together online to have a guided self-breathing practice. And, you know, that's a whole nother story. But when I started it, it was kind of like I was motivated. It started on the 1st of May 2020, and I was motivated to just help support people getting into their self-breathing session. And it was one of the things that I'd always wanted to be able to do as part of my work, is to have a regular place for people to come and check in. Now, I was running a monthly group, and, you know, it was just a bit hit and miss, really. But being able to go online, gave me a chance to see if I could create a supportive dynamic on a regular basis for people to check into. So that we had our first birthday, 1st of May 2021, and working with that has allowed me to see the evolution and importance. So firstly, it wasn't started or intended to be a women only group, but it has become that because that's what it needed to be. And as a result of it, and seeing the kinds of sharing that people were bringing to the group and how lockdown has affected us as women, it has steered my ideas and focus for my work in a particular direction. So I'm really motivated at the moment. That sounded so weird, but I'm really passionate. No, I'm really focused on directing my work in a way that supports me being able to facilitate the empowerment, the development, the moving forward of women, which again ties into part of the reason that I started this channel and wanted to share the work that I was doing. Is focused more on supporting mothers with older children, and by older children I mean anything up from, I guess, the age of about 5, because there's so much available for people with babies and young kids. And the reason is our lives change so much. Our identity as women and our identity as a mother is a constantly evolving concept, but we're not shown how to move with that. We're not supported, we're not guided in the truths, the pitfalls, the hardships, the challenges, and also the rewards that come with this ongoing and unfolding of motherhood. So that's part of my focus on the work that I'm doing. And just generally, like women, I was reading some studies the other day, it was Tuesday, about how women have been most adversely affected by lockdown. Now, if we stopped and thought about it for a second, it makes a lot of sense, because women are the ones who are still having to work if they're working from home or if they're key workers. So managing the juggle of working and taking care of families. So that might be families in the form of like your own children, or it might be elderly parents or relatives, or just whoever it is that you are living with or know and have around you. There is that expectation to remain in the caregiving role whilst balancing everything else that you need to do in life, whilst also figuring out and trying to manage your own emotions in terms of how am I navigating and responding to emotionally, and in the mental health sense, all of this stuff, the changes, the fluidity of the uncertainty of the times that we're living in at the moment. So I can see the timer over there, and I was like, oh, this was just gonna be like a really brief chat, like a real quick intro, but there's all these things in my mind that I want to share with you. So anyway, it doesn't matter, it's fine. I may chop it up, or I may just leave it and go for it and just let myself express and evolve it. And if it connects with you, great. If not, well, great too. It's totally fine. So I am committing to sharing, and I am committing to bringing thoughts to help, support, empower, and enable you to be who the hell you want to be. And part of that, that's where I was going with this, it's coming back to me now. Part of that is the other stuff that I upload to the channel. So meditations, distance Reiki energy. There will be some sound stuff as well. Yoga nidras. These are all fundamental in supporting us as women to be able to find relaxation so that we can let go of a lot of the stress, let go of a lot of the driving, constantly being switched on. They called it, there was a term in the IFS, Institute of Fiscal Studies. No, it wasn't that one. It was a McKinney report done somewhere, and they called it a double shifting, basically, that women through the lockdowns, the pandemic, have been on double shift. And you know what, to be fair, I think that's the general state of women, but it's been heightened because the usual distractions of life, the breaking up of time, of having to be turned on all the time, switched on to what you're doing all the time, is usually diverted by sending the kids to school or activities or meeting up with friends or whatever it is that we've done in the past to help buffer the time that we've been on double shift. But with those distractions removed or those aspects of life minimized, the double shifting has felt real. Really, 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 really real. So the stress levels, the emotional impact, the mental health impact has been significant on women, and women in ethnic minorities specifically. And those, like, there's a whole different ball game around that. So part of my intention to bring these resources is to make them accessible, because we may not financially have the means to access these things on a regular basis, but it is my intention to make some of these absolutely magnificent tools available to you so that you can use them to help support you in your management of stress, your management of emotional challenges, mental health challenges, and also physical challenges. So yeah, I'm going to stop now because I need to go do my workout and I need to just stop. It's enough talking for now. So I will catch you up in the next segment. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to edit this or what, but speak to you soon. And she's back just like that. This time with a tripod in her hand. So I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person. Hi, I'm back. Let me just mess around with that. Wow, I can't believe it's Friday night. And I think the last time I was talking here, I was going on about how tired I was and what a difference a day makes, or maybe a couple. I've had some much better sleep since then. But last night I had the most traumatic dream. Have you experienced a dream where something's happening in the dream and you're aware that it's a dream and you're trying to communicate with yourself or other people in the dream to make it seem better or to make it stop or something? Well, I had that last night. I had a dream that I was getting married to someone I really did not want to get married to. Details irrelevant. And I was like, how is everybody else, all my family, all my friends, coming to this wedding, attending it like it's okay for me to be marrying this person when they absolutely know it's not okay? And I'm like, guys, what's going on here? I really don't want to be getting married to X person. And everyone was like, it's so late now, you can't stop the wedding now, that's just so rude and disrespectful. And anyway, we ended up not getting married, but and saying we would have the wedding and not tell people that we didn't actually go and sign the registry, and then we'd use it as a celebration for the kids. Very, very weird. So that was that. The other day, after I did my first vlog entry, something really great happened, and I think I spoke about clarity as part of that entry. I had the most divine, deliciously inspired, perfect moment of clarity around the work, because I was talking about, yes, I'd had more space for things to become clearer and clearer. Anyway, I birthed my name through that moment of clarity as an emotional strategist. This is not the day that I'm going to go into it, but it was like, oh, the heavens opened, the angels sang, and it was just beautiful. The takeaway from that is the difference that clarity makes to us in our day-to-day lives, the difference that clarity makes in terms of giving us focus, direction, and a feeling of ownership and responsibility is, well, there's nothing like it. It's incomparable, because the clarity makes the next steps clearer. The clarity makes the conviction, the commitment so much easier. So that was clarity the other day. What else did I want to speak about before I wrapped this up? Yeah, I really enjoyed that clarity. Let me just underline that doubly. So maybe, I guess it's an invitation to you. Where could you seek out more clarity for yourself in your own life? Where could you use time to focus and direct attention to make room for gaining that clarity? Because it's actually a simple thing. Stopping to be able to maybe reflect and reassess in order to make space for clarity. So yeah, that's my one little thing. I think I had some other stuff to say, but I don't remember right now, which might be a good thing. Let's have a look at the time. Yeah, I mean, it might be a good thing to wrap up this first vlog entry there, because I really want to get it out tonight. Really want to upload it on the Friday, because my commitment to myself and to this vlog is that I will consistently I was going to say continuously, but that's not the one I want. I will consistently be here on a Friday, and it's important. If we say we're going to be consistent, to be consistent, right? So important. The thing that I thought about was like, actually, it's really nice for me to be able to record these ramblings of my mind. Because do you journal? Do you write things down to help you gain emotional clarity? There's that word again. To help you understand, perhaps notice some of the patterns that you are repeating. Because when the thoughts are swirling around in our head, it's great. Sometimes very unhelpful. If going too fast, we're overthinking. And one of the benefits of being able to journal and write things down, when you see it committed to paper, first of all, it stops the swirlingness of the thoughts, the repetition, and the speed at which they travel. And when we see them written down, it creates a kind of finality to them that can actually stop them in their tracks. And it's a great habit and practice to get into. Talk about journaling some other time. But it's not quite the same as actually visually seeing yourself. So I journal and I have those things where I talk about things that I've thought about, conversations that I've had, moments of clarity that it's given me. But actually, I watched the first clip of what I spoke about the other day, and it made me chuckle quite a bit. There was a big shadow on my face, and I wonder if I've got one on here. I don't know, I'll see later. But it was also like interesting, because I was like, it'd be really cool for me personally to be able to just see the progress in terms of what I record, how I record it, and the things that stay in my mind. So I'm excited to see this unfolding, to see the blossoming, the potential, and then also to see my editing skills. First of all, I'll get some and then watch them improve. So thank you if you've made it this far. So much love to you. Really excited to work with you. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of my ramblings? Perhaps you've got some suggestions of things that you would like to see through the vlog. And yeah, I mean, I want to underline, there's really nothing that exciting that happens over here. And well, at the moment. And yeah, let me know. Comments, questions, suggestions. If you are not a subscriber, I'd really love it if you would like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's make this a thing, darling. Anyway, until next time, toodle pip, darlings.